Last week we completed all the jet-powered missions and we unlocked the hoverboard and the VTOL, two of Astroneer's best vehicles. Today I want to complete all the Wanderer missions and uncover the 7 different historical probes. Then we'll also get to meet the Wanderer. First of all, let's craft a probe scanner. For that we are gonna need 4000 bytes so we can unlock it, and then we'll use 1 steel to craft it. There it is. So let's go ahead and craft it. This will allow us to find all of the historical probes and then ultimately meet the Wanderer. And all of these probes are really interesting. We will get to see a lot of information about them, and I'll show you everything we know about each of them from the Astroneer Wiki, because each one is an actual space program that exists in real life. So yeah, this should be fun. Now let's see what this mission says. Alright, we got 2 solid fuel jump jets as a reward. That's nice, but we don't need them right now. Maybe we can scrap them, but I leave them here. And let's see our next mission. Okay, so we'll need to activate the probe. I'll throw it over on this side, and we can press C to scan. And this should be pointing us in the right direction, so we'll keep following it. There's also this little tune it has. It's like a little song. I like it. Alright, so we can scan again, and it's this direction. I'm also gonna use the hoverboard to travel because this is the fastest way, and we unlocked it in the last video. I can't stop using it, to be honest. It's so good. It wants us to continue in this direction. Let's see where we should go next. Okay. This terrain is really hard to traverse, but because of the hoverboard it's a little bit easier. But we might get stuck in here, so I should start digging our way a little bit. Alright, so now we should head this way. This is a little bit confusing. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, I think we found it. Is this it? Unclassified probe. Let's scan again, just to make sure. But I think we should put the probe scanner in there. Alright, so we found our first probe. And it used the probe scanner, alright. We also got a Steam achievement and a new mission. Oh, and we got some cosmetic rewards for that. Okay, so this is the Sputnik satellite. It's a historical probe. Should we take it from here? I don't think we can move it. But alright, this is pretty nice. This is Sputnik. Okay, so by taking a look at the Astroneer Wikipedia, we can see that the Sputnik satellite is on Atrox. There's actually 1 probe for each planet. We found it in this biome that was really hard to traverse. And we've got our reward, which is the Wanderer green pellet. We'll check that out in just a second. And here we have a short description of Sputnik 1, which was the first satellite to ever be launched into orbit. That's pretty nice. And it also has this message in Morse code, which we could hear once we activated it. And it shows here that it's also got a spectrogram, which is this photo right here. I think this is actually Paul Pepera. He's a guy that worked on the System Era team. He worked on Astroneer. If you listen closely, you can actually hear the Morse code. And I showed you the translation earlier. Alright, so we've got the one on Atrox. Now let's head back to the base and get another probe scanner. And then we can start going to each planet and get each probe. And once we have all of them, we get to actually meet the Wanderer, which I guess it's like a time traveler guy or something like that. I don't know, but we will find out. We are creating more steel right now over at the chemistry lab so that we can craft multiple probe scanners, because we're gonna need 1 for each planet. So we used the first one, we're gonna need 6 more, and I'll just place them on the shuttle and then we can take off. I'm wondering what our next planet should be. I'm thinking maybe we should head to Glacio next. Why not? And we've got the shuttle equipped with everything we might need. Did we get a reward for claiming this one? Yeah, we got some bytes. Actually 5000 bytes, that's a lot. And now we need to scan all the other ones. We've got the one on Atrox, so we need the rest of them. And for this we are gonna get 10,000 bytes. Oh, and I almost forgot, let me also check the reward we got. We got a pellet, the Wanderer green. Okay, this looks nice. I'm gonna wear this one up until we get the next one, and then I'm gonna wear that if we still get something for each one. So yeah, I'm gonna wear the green for now. This looks pretty cool. So let's take off, and our next stop will be Glacio. Okay, so here we are. Let's activate the probe scanner. Okay, so I'm guessing we need to head in this direction. This one's pretty far away, but traveling on Glacio is much easier than it was on Aatrox. So let's see, where is this? I'm guessing we should be getting pretty close now, so we should see it anytime now. Or maybe not, we've still got some ways to go. Glacio is a huge planet, so it's no wonder this is pretty far. But driving the hoverboard is so satisfying, so I'm enjoying this. It would have been so much harder to do this without any kind of vehicle. Oh, we might have passed by it. It says we should go backwards now. Is this thing it? What is this? This is just a solar panel, I guess. But we definitely took a wrong turn, or we passed by the probe. So let's see one more time. We should head in this direction. Okay. So I'm gonna go there. Oh, I saw it, it's up there. This one looks a little bit more weird, so we should scan it. There we go. The Pioneer 1 spacecraft. And we unlocked another pallet. This also makes some weird noises. Let's see all of it. This one looks pretty cool. Let's check the Astroneer wiki to see what can we find out about it. So this is the Pioneer 1 spacecraft, and as a reward we got the Wanderer Teal palette. We're gonna check it out in just a second. And the Pioneer 1 is the first spacecraft to be launched into space by NASA in 1958. So that's 1 year later than the Sputnik 1, which was on Aatrox. And this was supposed to go to the moon, but the launch did not go as planned and it fell back to Earth. That's pretty sad, but this also has a Morse code here. That's pretty cool. And we also have a spectrogram. I'm not really sure what this is. Maybe it's an image from the actual real-life probe. Now let's see the palette we got here. Wanderer Teal, this is the new one. Alright, I like the look of this too. So I'm gonna wear this one until we find the next. Where should we go? Let's actually see where the shuttle is. And I think we should go to Calidor next. Yeah, let's head to Calidor. Okay, so we should take another probe scanner and head over to Calidor. We landed mid-air. That's pretty interesting. And we've also got the VTOL on here. We can use that if we need to, but for now I'm just gonna use the hoverboard. This seems more fun and it might be faster. So let's go ahead and scan. We need to head in this direction, but I'll also take some seeds to feed the snails, because that's a really essential part. Without the snails we don't really have anything in the backpack, so this is really important. But we need to head in this direction. I actually like this game mechanic from these missions where you need to follow the probe scanner and it's sending you in specific directions. It feels a lot like exploration because you don't really know where you're headed. Oh, but we already found it. Okay, so we were lucky to land pretty close to this one. Let's throw the probe scanner in there. And this is the Hubble Space Telescope. And we got another palette, this one's orange. Let's dig it up so we can see all of it. Okay, so this is the Hubble Space Telescope. I actually heard a lot about the real-life variant of this. This one's pretty famous. So let's go ahead and check what it's about. The Hubble Space Telescope from Calidor. We've got our orange palette, yes. And this one was launched in 1990 into low Earth orbit, and it provides high-resolution images that ground-based telescopes could not provide. So this is a pretty cool mega telescope, from what I understand, and it's maintained by astronauts. Alright, so that's pretty cool. It also has a nice Morse code here. I'm pretty sure these are added by the Astroneer developers. These are probably not from the real-life variant. And we've also got a spectrogram for this. Is this the telescope? Is this a shuttle thing? I don't really know. But this one was pretty nice as well. Now let's head back to the shuttle. And where do we want to go next? Let's go to Silva. And then we'll do the Solo, and finally we'll head to Vesania and Novus. Here we are on Silva, so let's activate the probe scanner. And traversal is pretty easy here on Silva, so we should have no trouble finding this, no matter how far it is. I see something on the mountain up there, but I don't know if that's what we're looking for. I'll go up to it and check, because the probe scanner seems to point us in this direction. Yeah, it's definitely sending us over on this side. So we might have spotted it already. So here we go, let's feed the probe scanner into it. So here we have the Kepler Space Telescope, and we've got a blue palette for that. This was launched in 2009, and this one has a pretty interesting primary mission. It needs to locate Earth-like planets. So this is the one that might find some actual aliens, but it was actually deactivated in 2018, so I guess it didn't find anything. And then here's the Morse code. I really don't understand what any of this means. And we've also got the spectrogram from it, and it seems to be some kind of Astroneer document. It seems like I'm learning a lot of space stuff today from these missions, which I really enjoy. But let's head back to the shuttle, and then we can go to the Solo, which I'm pretty sure will have something that has to do with the moon, because if you didn't know, Astroneer basically implies that Silva is Earth and the Solo is the moon, something like that. So I'm really curious to see what we find on the Solo. And here we are. Let's get another probe scanner from here. And we will also need some more seeds, so I'm gonna gather those from here. Let's use the probe scanner and see where we need to head next. The Solo is such a small planet, or actually a moon, that wherever we landed, I'm sure we are pretty close to this thing. And we might have found it already. Yeah, so this is it. Let's place this in here and see what happens. Alright, so this is the New Horizons probe, and we got a new palette, which is the yellow one. Oh, I actually forgot to check out the other palettes that we got. So let's see, I showed you the green and the teal, but I didn't show you the orange. So this is the one from Kelidor. Pretty nice one too. Works good with this black. And now we just received the yellow one. So this is how that looks. Pretty nice. I like the contrast with the black for these more bright colors. Okay, so now let's check the Astroneer Wiki. This is the New Horizons probe, and this was launched in 2006, and it was supposed to leave the solar system, I guess. It was part of NASA's New Frontier program, and it had the primary mission to flyby study of Pluto. Alright, so this actually has nothing to do with the moon, so I was mistaken on that side. But this one was studying Pluto, and then here's the Morse code thing. And we've got the spectrogram right here as well. This is also a confidential document. I don't know if we can actually understand anything on here, but it seems to be a technical manual for some sort of thing, like a satellite or something. I don't know, but these seem to be really cryptic. I like the fact that this one is gold and white. It's really aesthetic, and I'm pretty sure that's how it looks in real life too, or at least it's similar to the real life variant. But now let's head to Vesania, that's our next stop, and then we'll also see Novus. Okay, let's use the probe scanner, and we need to head in this direction, I guess. We still need one more seed for Stilgar. We don't want to run out of oxygen. And let's use the scanner one more time. Alright, so it's in this direction. Now Vesania is also a really big planet, so this might take a while, depending on where we landed, but let's see. But I'm really curious what this one looks like, and I'm also curious about the lore of it. So let's see. We should be getting pretty close now, right? I'm just gonna keep going where this thing is sending me, and I guess we'll eventually land there. Alright, so here it is. Let's dig it up a little bit, and we can place our probe in there. There we go, this is Voyager 2, and we got the Fuchsia palette. Let's equip the palette first, so I don't forget about it again. We've got the Fuchsia. This one's pretty nice. It's really cute. Okay, so this is the Voyager 2 probe, and it was launched in 1977, and it studied these systems, but it got into interstellar space in 2018. This one's still in use from what I can gather, and then here's what it says in Morse code. Then we've got the spectrogram on this side, but we still can't really read anything on here, other than it's something very confidential and redacted. Okay, and now I guess the last one we need to check out is the one on Novus. And then, because that's the last one, we should also get to see the Wanderer. So that will be pretty cool. I'm really excited about this. And by completing these pretty simple missions, we are also getting 7 different cool palettes. So it's really worth it. Here's Novus, this is our last stop before we meet the Wanderer, so let's go ahead and find that probe. And this being a moon, it's also a pretty small one. It's a little bit bigger than the Solo, but it's still smaller than all other planets, so we shouldn't really have a hard time finding this. I actually find one of those huge solar panels here, and we might want to use that if we ever build a base on Novus. But take a look at this, we just stumbled upon the historical probe from Novus. Here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and place the probe scanner in there, and we completed the mission. This is the Mariner X probe. Oh, and there's the Wanderer. Check this out. We can take a photo. This is unclassified humanoid, wants to capture this moment in space-time. Okay, take photo. Alright, so we greeted the Wanderer. And it took our photo. Okay. And he went away. Oh, but here's the photo. So this is the photo he took of us. That's pretty nice. Alright, I think we actually have this saved in Astroneer's files. Oh, we actually unlocked more stuff, and we also got a Steven achievement for that. Alright, so this is Mariner X from Novus, and this was launched in 1973, and its mission was to study Mercury's environment and also Venus. This is pretty interesting. It was the first space probe to use the gravitational slingshot maneuver, and it was abandoned when it ran out of maneuvering fuel and remains in orbit somewhere around the sun. Then here's the Morse code for it, if you can make anything out of it. And then here's the spectrogram, which we still can't really read, but it says here, together with Dr. Ludwig, whatever prevented a catastrophic failure incident on the spaceport near Mars. Alright, so this says that Mars, I guess that's Mars there, I guess. So this basically puts Mars into the universe of Astroneer, basically implying that it's the same as our universe, and the solar system we are in is just a distant solar system. Okay, so we got a suit too. So let's check all of these out. We've got the Wanderer Grey. I guess this one's for Novus. So this one's gray on black. Really nice, really stealthy. And then for completing the whole mission with all of them, we also got the red one. Pretty cool. Or maybe the red is for Novus and then the gray is for... I guess we just got both of them here. But then we also have a new suit. This is the Wanderer suit. And we've got a camera in our chest. I don't know if you can see this, but let me get some more light up here. There we go. So we've got a camera in our chest. This is the camera he used to take our photo. And then we've got a really cool helmet on this. But I've got to say, this red one works really great with our dynamite hat. So those were the Wanderer missions. We also got to meet the Wanderer. I had a ton of fun completing these, and we are gonna complete a whole lot more missions. We've also completed some others in the past. They are all in the Aatrox series playlist, so you might want to check that out. Or you can also take a look at this other video right here. Whichever one you choose, I'll see you there. Cheers, Astroneers!